What a start to the season. Woo.
Man, football's back. Already gotten a few games in Thursday night, Friday night. I love it. What were your thoughts of the Eagles-Cowboys game?
Man, game was entertaining. Slowed up a bit in the second half, but didn't start great for Philly. The fullback gets in there on the kickoff. Jalen Carter ejected for spitting on Dak. I mean, it was this interesting sequence of events to start the year. Dak played well. I think Dak played well. He hasn't played a real snap since week 9 of last year, so I thought he looked great given circumstances. On the Eagles side of things, the wide receiver duo didn't really do much. 4 for 24, not much separation. A.J. Brown didn't win a single route, but they'll go back. They'll polish things up. They have the talent. They have the coaching. I will give a little credit, though, to the Cowboys secondary. I think Trayvon played pretty well on A.J. And then on the other side of things, people are kind of blaming Lamb for the loss, which I hate. I mean, blaming one player who played well, 110 yards, a couple drops over the middle of the field where he could have brought it in. Some of them were kind of overthrown that he dropped or missed. But it has a lot of people upset, which I don't really love. But look, it's week 1. Sloppy football will happen. Dallas will be all right. Eagles are going to be really good. We all know that. And then lastly, the player of the game is Zach Bond, in my opinion. He was everywhere. He deserved every bit of that contract, and it showed. And he might have had the play of the game. He chased down Miles Sanders, which saved a touchdown, which a couple plays later led to a fumble, a turnover. So Zach Bond, player of the game. Eagles will be all right, too. What do you think?
Well, I'll start with the Jalen Carter thing. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It was completely inappropriate, obviously. Got to be smarter in that moment, even if Dak is rage baiting you. He deserves a fine, no doubt. Got to control your emotions. The whole suspension thing I'm seeing on Twitter, though, this has got to stop. Like, this is ridiculous. Peyton Turner spit on Devontae Smith last year, got no disciplinary action whatsoever. No one was up in arms about it when it happened to Devontae Smith because he's an Eagle. Sean Taylor spit on Michael Pittman in a playoff game and got a $17,000 fine and an ejection. T.O. spit on D'Angelo Hall and got a $35,000 fine. Nothing else. Didn't even get ejected from the game. So this whole notion of getting a suspension or for a game or two is just ridiculous, and there's just people actually rage baiting Eagles fans. It's not going to work. Miss me with all this over-the-top disgust that people have, because the second it happens to an Eagle player, they don't care. But then when it happens to anyone else, they're all crazy upset and stuff, and I'm tired of it. On to the rest of the game, though. Eagles defense came alive that second half. 0 points in the second half. I saw a few people talking about Quinyon Mitchell not having the best game. I gotta say, he had a great game. He only allowed 30 total yards on 9 targets towards him. Also, every one of those CD drops, go look at who was guarding him. It was Quinyon Mitchell. Obviously, the second quarterback needs to be looked at. Adoree Jackson is not the move. On to the safeties. Makuba needs a start. He earned it. Campbell looked shaky at first, but he settled in, and I really liked what he did. I think playing next to Bond helps him. On to the offense. I don't think AJ is healthy. He didn't win a single route. He's running like all of these decoy routes. Jalen, what can I say about Jalen? He was accurate, as always, decisive. He seems confident, calm, cool, collected. Dallas had a great second half on their defense. They only allowed 1 field goal, so both defenses really came alive. Early on, they did man-to-man in secondary that I didn't think really worked because it forced them away from having the ability to have a QB spy. That's why Jalen got those free lanes. Not sure why they did that, but once Dallas stayed in that stacked box zone and they could stop Saquon, they had his QB spy. They really settled in, and that's why Jalen had to improvise and just keep plays alive. They got to capitalize on stalled drives, though. Eagles went 8 of 13 on third downs. Dallas's offense could be real dangerous. CD and Pickens, I see the vision. The run game looked actually really good, and I didn't expect that. Overall, very entertaining NFC East game.
So moving on to Friday, Chargers and Chiefs in Sao Paulo. One thing I will say, the first thing that I will say is welcome back Keenan Allen. It just feels right to see him back in powder blue. I mean, he went 7 for 68 and a tutty. You couldn't really ask for more from him in his first game back. Chiefs looked awful to start the game. Chargers looked great to start the first half. Going back to week 1, sloppy football, right? Chiefs O-line, I mean, so undisciplined. The penalties killed them. A lot of miscommunication and missed throws for Kansas City. A few balls were this close to being picked off. A couple pick sixes like we talked about during the game, but they'll clean it up. Chiefs did turn it around in the second half, but fell short, obviously. The extra point missed, kind of put a little extra pressure on them for the end of the game. They had to go for 2-point conversion. They missed it, but big game next week against your Eagles, man. I mean, they got to really have a good week of preparation or they could definitely start 0-2.
How'd you feel about the Chargers, though, just in general on the defensive side?
Oh, their defense looked amazing. I mean, their pass rush was good. Their DBs played really good. I mean, obviously they had some miscues in the second half, but their defense, they came up ready to play.
That was, to me, the difference in the game was how
Yeah.
strong that defense looked. Those
Yeah.
corners were ready to play. The safeties were everywhere. The defense was so strong the first half, they forced the Chiefs to go into that quick short game. And they're not bad at it, but when you take away their long ball, they really become one-dimensional. They have to stay with that short game. And without Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, they're kind of screwed. Khalil Mack, stay on the ground. For the love of everything holy, please stay on the ground, bro. Stop jumping on that Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown. Trust your linebackers in your secondary. Go take Patrick Mahomes down. How many times did he freaking have a run? He had, like, I think 7 running attempts in the game for a quarterback that should not be running. Like,
Yeah.
he had no business running like that. All of a sudden, he started thinking he was Hurts. You're not going to be able to run like that on every defense. And it almost felt like Khalil Mack was like, go ahead. Here you go. What are you doing, man? Come on. But they were really strong. Herbert looked comfortable. He just looked comfortable behind that O-line. Hampton looks insane. I think he just needs more opportunity, but he's going to be a nice power back for the Chargers. On the Chiefs side, the defense didn't look horrible. That secondary is, you can get them. It felt like they were slow, and it felt like they were always a step off. And I don't know, is that just because the Chargers were going so quickly, or is it because they were off? But it just felt like they were always a step behind. Reed needs to trust his own line and allow that running back to run the ball. Pacheco did nothing in this game. He hit 25 yards.
Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. One thing I will say about the Chargers is their identity is dangerous for defenses, because if they can stay healthy, I mean, like you said, their run game could be phenomenal. It looks to be phenomenal. Their O-line held up pretty good. I know they lost one of their guys, but the whole O-line looked great. So it's like, are they going to run the ball? Or, Herbert looked healthy. He looked very comfortable. He can sling it. So they got a lot. The receivers looked great, a lot of separation. That's a team that we're excited to watch. And we were kind of vocal about it. We got a little shit for it, but we're excited to watch the Chargers going forward.
Both of us 2-0 on our predictions.
Good
I just
start.
want to put that out. We're doing pretty good.
Good
We're
start,
pretty good.
man.
And that's a great segue. I got the spreads pulled up. Let me know what you think about that Arizona New Orleans Saints game. Arizona -6.5.
So week 1, anything can happen. You know how it goes, guys, right? I do have the Cardinals winning. I do. But I think the Saints might cover the spread, man. It just feels like one of those games where the Saints cover the spread week 1. I got the Cardinals by 4. I'm going to say 4 there.
I have the exact same thing. Then that goes to the Colts versus Miami, and the Colts are -1.5. It's almost a toss-up game.
Yeah, this is one I've been going back and forth on. I am taking Miami to cover the spread, and I'm going to take Miami money line. I just think Miami goes into Indianapolis and just puts on a great performance. Everyone's healthy. There's no drama right now, at least in the organization. Outside the organization, fans are freaking out. Relax. But I think they start off pretty good. I think they go into Indianapolis and take the win. And I think Tyreek Hill has a great game. That's a big question mark.
I don't know about Tyreek. I'm starting to lose faith in him, but I will say I am taking Miami with the spread. I think they win at least by 3. Las Vegas versus New England. New England is favored by 2.5.
Man, I'm very nervous about this game. We all know I'm a Patriots fan. I think it'll be close. If the Patriots win, I think it'll be super close. If they lose, I think it'll be super close. I'm going to go with Pats here. I'm going to go by 3. Barely covering that spread, but I'm going to go Pats by 3 here. What about you?
I'm so sorry, Ty.
It's okay.
Give me the Raiders. Yeah, I got the Raiders all the way on this one. I'm sorry. I have the Raiders by 3. I think they flipped that script. Next one is Pittsburgh versus New York Jets. Pittsburgh is favored by 2.5.
I think Pittsburgh covers the spread here. Jets fans need to relax. I think they won the Super Bowl already. We've seen this the last couple of years. I do like them acquiring Fields. I do like Fields a lot. We'll see how Aaron Glenn does with the New York Jets. I think he'll do well, better than people think. But I think the Packers get week 1. They take it, and I have them by 6 or 7.
I think you have more faith in the Jets than I do. I definitely have them Pittsburgh covering the spread. I think this line was actually just horrible. I don't know why it's only 2.5. I feel like this is at least a 4.5, 5.5 game for the Pittsburgh. I think they may win by a touchdown. Next is the Giants versus Washington. So the other New York team. Washington is favored by 5.5. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this game could very well be one of those divisional games where it's like there's a huge upset. It really could, but I think Washington covers the spread here. as much as I hate it, I want my dad to he's a Giants fan. I want them to get the dub for him. I do think the Giants will be better than people think this year, but I think starting off they'll start a little sloppy, start a little slow. And then they'll pick it up down the stretch. But I'm gonna go Commanders here. I'm gonna go Commanders by 8 or 9, I think.
I'm going to go Commanders as well. I'm going to go by 3, though. So I'm not covering. I don't think they're covering the spread. I don't think that Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels has had enough time together. They did not get the offseason. And that is a little scary. I think they might figure it out during the game. So second half, look to see like a big second half from them too. I do think that the Giants D line is going to come out really, really strong in the first half. Yeah. And it's going to scare them a little bit. That O-line is not the best for Washington. I would look to see first half a few sacks. I think the Giants, they might have a few good drives on the defensive side. And because of that, I think that this game is a lot closer than what it should have been. So Carolina versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's favored by 3.5.
I have them covered in the spread. Yeah. Give me the Jaguars while they're healthy. There's no injuries right now. So I think Brian Thomas Jr. has a great showing. Run game, I'm not sure how it's going to work. I do like Tinks Bigsby over ETN throughout the year. I know I'm gonna, but I think the Jaguars take care of business by a couple scores.
Yeah, I really like Tank Bigsby, and you'll see that later in the show here how much I like him. Jacksonville, I have taken the spread by far. Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Cincinnati is favored by 5.5. Quick reminder: Cincinnati is 1-9 in weeks 1 and 2 in the Joe Burrow era. Just as a reminder.
Yeah, I was about to go that way. But I'm gonna take Cincinnati. They can't do that again. Last year, everyone took them against the Patriots. I mean, I was surprised too. The Patriots won. But it's like I know they're in Cleveland. I'm gonna take Cincinnati here. Maybe a closer game. Maybe 5 or 6. But I'm gonna take Cincinnati here with the win.
I don't know if they break the streak here. Like, do they break their woes in the first 2 weeks? I don't know. I'm taking Cleveland. Yeah. Give me Cleveland. Give me Joe Flacco. Reliable guy. I don't think it sustains. I think it's going to be a very close game. It'll be a 3-point game either way. But Cleveland's defense is coming to smack someone in the mouth. And I think that they're going to get I think they're going to get Cincy. I think that Cincinnati's O-line, I don't know what they're doing. Cincinnati's defense, even worse. Like, I think they got worse in the offseason. I know they got their players back, but they wasted the entire offseason to do exactly what we thought they were going to do, which is get their players back. Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. Tampa Bay is favored by only 1.5.
I'm going Falcons here. I think the Falcons take week 1, the first matchup. I think they split throughout the year. I have Falcons here. If the Bucs win, I won't be surprised, but I'm going to take Falcons here. Close game. I'm going to say 3.
Give me Tampa. Give me Baker. I can't believe you and I are switching on that. Give me Baker, though. I love me some Baker. I think this is a by 7. I have Tampa Bay by 7. Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, going to go absolutely crazy. I love seeing both of them play. San Francisco versus Seattle. San Francisco is favored by 1.5.
Well, we all saw the news that CMC might not play. He's questionable. Even if he plays, I'm going to go Seattle here with the first one. I think they split as well. I got Seattle. Well, now I might put them by maybe like 7 or 8 here.
Give me Seattle. I don't know if I have them at 7 or 8. I'm going to say by 3. CMC already being injured again is crazy to me. This poor man, like, he's just always injured. I don't understand how he's injured so often. He was completely healthy 3 days ago. 3 days. In 3 days, he went from full health, full participant in practice, to limited participant in practice, to not practicing at all yesterday. And I don't understand what's happening to him, but the poor guy just keeps on getting injured. All right, now Tennessee versus Denver. Denver is favored by 8.5.
A lot of our games have been pretty close here. Our predictions. I think this is where we see a blowout. I think Denver kills them. I'm gonna take them by like 14 or 15 here. 14 or 16.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. Poor Cam Ward. Rough start to go against one of the better defenses too. Yeah. The only thing worse would have been if he had to go against the Chargers or the Eagles defense from last year. Like, This poor guy is gonna have to go against Patrick Surtain in his first game. Yeah, that's rough. Give me Denver by same. I think give me by 14.
And he'll take away Ridley too.
Oh my gosh, poor guy.
Yeah.
All right. Green Bay versus Detroit. Green Bay with Micah Parsons, possibly by 1.5 is what Green Bay is favored by.
Yeah, I got the Packers covering the spread. I'll take them by 3 or 4 again. I mean, a lot of our predictions are close, but that's how it goes. I'm gonna take Green Bay, nail biter, at home here.
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to go against Micah, but give me the Lions. Still, Micah, he's still questionable. He's not even a full participant in practices yet.
Yeah,
I don't know if he even plays. It doesn't look like there's no news of him actually being fully healthy to play. Give me Detroit. I don't
yeah.
think Green Bay's defense is ready for that offense. And so I think a healthy dosage of Montgomery and Gibbs, whoo, they're gonna be nice. Houston versus the Rams. Rams are favored by 3.5.
Oh man, this is a really tough one. I've been back and forth on this. I might just go with the Rams here. I think this is gonna be one of the games that's just who's playing at home, right? Because this is back and forth. I think it's gonna be a toss up, super close game. Maybe it comes down to a field goal, but I'm gonna go Rams here.
I'm gonna go Rams, but not as confident as what I would have earlier. And we did predict this game, preseason and in the offseason. And I picked the Rams then. I'm still going to do that now, but not as confidently as I did back then because Stafford's back is really scaring me. I'm starting to really be concerned. He did an epidural. It doesn't seem right. And I don't know why, but I just don't. Something's off about him. Maybe the back is a little bit worse than what we think. And that is terrifying because that would be really sad to see. But all right, Baltimore versus Buffalo. This is probably game of the week.
Yeah.
This was back and forth on the spread. I don't know if you saw this, but they were kind of going back and forth. There was one point where it was literally an even spread. At least on Sleeper, it was 50-50 exactly. But Baltimore is favored by 1.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills here. Bills by 4. I think it's gonna be one of those late game pushes for Buffalo. It could go either way though, man. It's gonna be a movie this game. I can't wait for it. What a way to end Sunday. But I'm gonna go Bills by a few here.
Give me Buffalo as well. I think they obviously to win, they're gonna have to cover the spread.
Yeah.
But I think maybe 3 by 3 is what I got. This is probably gonna be game of the week to me. Other than obviously me watching the Eagles, but this is the game I'm really most looking forward to. Maybe other than the Eagles and the Raiders. So now for Minnesota versus Chicago on Monday, Minnesota is favored by 1.5. So it's going to be the Young Bucks going at it. JJ McCarthy versus Caleb Williams. What do you got?
This is where a lot of people might disagree with me, but I'm gonna go Bears here. I think this has Bears written all over it. I really do, man. I think Bears get them here. Chicago fans will be on cloud 9, talk their trash. I think it's gonna be close. Week 1, there's gonna be a lot of mistakes, a lot of sloppiness going around. But I think Bears take this one, man. I think Bears take this one. I think DJ has a good game. Give me the Bears by 6.
Give me Minnesota. And I think JJ, they're gonna slowly work him in. They're gonna run the ball quite a bit. They're gonna slowly work him in. They're gonna give him easy targets to Justin Jefferson, who's gonna open up the offense. I think the defense really is solid. That defense looks really, really good, just like they did last year. So give me Minnesota. I'm not as confident on this one. I will say by like 4 or 5. That is the last game of the week.
To wrap things up, we have Luchii's locks and his sleeper pick. Luchii's going to give you his favorite props of the week. Luchii, let's see it.
Yeah, so these are all from Sleeper. That's what I use. Bijan, I got the over on 77.5 yards. I think they're going to be using the run offense quite a bit. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown over on the 0.5 anytime touchdown. So just getting a touchdown. And then I have the over on Baker having 1.5 passing touchdowns. So I got Baker getting 2 touchdowns in this game. Then my sleeper. I got Tank Bigsby having a touchdown in this game. I think they're gonna let him go. Eventually, they're gonna see some point in the game. They're gonna be like, let Tank Bigsby go, and he's gonna take off and he's gonna get him a touchdown. He is ready to go, and I think this is just a nice, easy one for him to be able to get on the defense.
Okay, that's it for today. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, share it with a friend that you love talking football with. We'll be doing this every week. Every Sunday morning, we're dropping it on YouTube. So make sure you guys are following along. Enjoy the games. Let's go.